Greetings everyone, Tony here. I'm not an expert in pro audio, coffee, or history, but I would like to share something interesting from and about MoonDrop. Some of you may know them from their audio product with great price to performance. See their True or Zhu or Bamboo series of IEMs, or maybe their cute packaging with anime style drawings that caught your eyes. Overall, they're pretty new to the Western audio market, but today we will take a look at one of their new and different products. MoonDrop coffee. The coffee we have here is a drip bagged coffee. Medium roast is what it says. As this style of drip bag has been popular in Asia, one of the bigger maker would be UCC Coffee. This particular bag of coffee isn't very traceable comparing to their other offerings, and I can't really even tell which one this is. Some of their drip coffee bags have names, for example these guys, but not all of them do. This is supposedly a medium roast of sorts, and that is one of the available offerings. I haven't seen their other examples, so I wouldn't know exactly if this is how they differentiate the packaging. And I'm supposed to taste tangerine and lemon peel, so we'll see about that. Today we'll be following the recipe on the bag, and we'll be using a temp controlled kettle, and we'll be using a Harrier air to pour the water. Of course, all the instruction is in Chinese, and well, the step part is apparently English. I'm supposed to knock it a bit to lower the coffee grounds, be a drip ear kind of thing. If you had the UCC type coffee, you would know what is going on. And it does call for a bloom. It says add a small quantity of hot water slowly, but does not say how much water. Then you would add it to 150 to 180 milliliters. So net weight is 10 grams. So with the traditional wisdom of 1 to 2 bloom, there will be a 20 gram bloom. We'll try that. Unfortunately, this is the only one I have. And a correction on water temperature, it should be 85 degrees to 95 degrees Celsius. For those viewers who are interested in my coffee background, I'll say my technical level is in an intermediate, but my skill level is definitely a novice. Especially in terms of palate development, not great. So if I couldn't taste the nuance in the coffee, I'm sorry. All right, we have gathered up the tools. We have not recipe water, just standard filter water. Calgary water is pretty hard with a lot of calcium deposits, so filter does help, but doesn't eliminate that. Fresh off the boil, we have the Harrier air. We have 2 different types of cups in case one is bigger than the other. Since the temperature is, we have a delta of 10 degrees, we're not too worried about temperature dropping too low. Now comes the challenging part, how to not ruin the packaging when unboxing this. I guess if you have a whole case of it, it doesn't really matter, but for us it kind of does. Scissors is the choice. It does have the opening little tab. I'm not going to use it. Make sure I'm not going to cut into the coffee bag. That will be a little disastrous. It does smell really good. Wow. Huh. Interesting. There is some great aroma. Little plastic bag. Not plastic, but sorry. Little paper bag, and you can see all the grounds are really pretty fine there. And we'll give it a tap as instructed. We'll see. Wow, this little air thingy is a little bit more elaborate than the ones I've seen before. Cool. Fold it across. Uh-oh, this one's a little stuck. Okay. The last thing I want is puncturing the bag. Right. Okay. And oh, it's a stretch for the IKEA measuring cup, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, we just have the kettle reboil just in case it was not hot enough. Again, temp control 95 degrees. It does have perforation on the top, so it is easy to tear off. We have a timer scale here, so we are gonna go according to the recipe. Right. Of course, we're not gonna use that much water. doesn't mention anything about time, so we're gonna do a standard 45-second bloom kind of thing, 2-to-1, and then all the water in. Since we're going 2-to-1, I'm gonna say 150 is where I'm gonna go. All right, let's go. $20 grams in. Ground really is quite fine. Again, the aroma is quite nice. Maybe it's a little classic profile of Japanese coffee in a sense. A little bit acidic in smell. Right. Okay, so the bag only have about capacity for about 100 milliliters. So you cannot do it in one pour, you have to do it in multiples. $130, we're gonna give it a second pour. See a little bit of a bypass going on. Okay, so I probably could have waited a little bit and do it in 2 pours, but here goes the third. I'm only 25 grams short. Okay, so 20-gram bloom, and then we're at 180, which is the maximum recommended, and the minimum recommended is 150, so we're right in between that, since I believe, from what I understand, that block would not include a bloom, but either way we should be in the correct amount. Drain down is a little slow. I haven't had drip bag coffee in coming up a decade now, and at the time I didn't have this kind of coffee hardware. It's just with a kitchen kettle like this straight in there, so it'll be quite different. And back in the day, I didn't understand clarity of coffee or anything like that. And this does look like a good, clean paper filter brew, which is quite nice. We're at 3 minutes now. Now I kind of gets James Hoffman's frustration of seeing a fine filter brew through paper. It is kind of frustrating, just watching your filter dry, or watching the paint dry, or watching water boil. It's a type of feel like that. And I don't think the brew gave me a time limit. We're at 4:30 right now, and I'll probably call it 5-minute brew in a sense. Yeah, it's not a lot of liquid left in the bag. The cup actually worked out perfect, just below the bag, and caught it. 5-minute brew, all done. The color is really nice, right? And no sediments, very clean brew. All right, I have decanted it into an espresso cup because the cameraman gets his share. And not a lot. After brewing, the aroma really kind of goes away. The coffee doesn't retain much. They still have kind of an acidic smell. I guess it's more of a modern coffee experience. As I mentioned before, my palate is really untrained for this. But in my opinion, it is a little weak. But it is good. It is more aligned with modern coffee culture, I want to say, as in less bitterness, more acidity kind of thing. When I was younger, I thought acidic coffee really tasted terrible. And I kind of still think it is, just because how I drank coffee when I was younger. With milk, with sugar. And anything you have milk with that is sour, in my mind, tells me that is wrong. And that is, how do you say it? That has turned. The quality has fallen, in a sense. And drinking now coffee mostly black, it's kind of a different experience. I won't say the flavor is that distinct, but it's definitely not a traditional old style like drip bag coffee where it's hugely bitter, like old type big cup of coffee kind of deal. But it's nicely filtered. After I started brewing filtered coffee, I really appreciate that cleanliness compared to like a traditional drip machine with permanent mesh filter of sorts, and paper really gives you that clarity, and this does deliver on that front. You know what? As a product that often they give away when you buy their audio products, it's not a bad introduction maybe to the modern coffee culture. And I would love to try if I have the opportunity to try their proper coffees, like they have tasting packs like these, or full bags of not grounded coffee, full whole bean coffee. And they're, from what I see, still a pretty small roaster in a sense. They have like one pro bat, that's it. But good luck to them. Yeah, it'll be a new chapter for the company for sure, and I think it'll be. Although I still want to try their hot pot, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think that's ever gonna happen at this point. I don't know when they went out of production, but that would have been a while ago, and by the time we got our hands on those, they're probably very expired. But yeah, nice experience. I haven't experienced your headphone yet, but maybe one day. We'll see you around for that.